Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play The Dig. And when last we left off, Lo, Robbins and Brink were trapped on an alien world with no food, no water, and no way to escape the little area that they're in, let alone the actual planet to tell people about what's happening. They're in a bit of bother. I mean, they could try climbing this massive pile of dirt over here, but I don't think it actually goes high enough that they could escape the area they're in. And without any way to survive, they will eventually die. I mean, there's no welcoming committee, so let's just presume that at the moment, there aren't any actual aliens here. Although the fact that the asteroid turned into a strange device that transported them to this planet specifically sort of says otherwise. Now, there are 3 areas apart from the central area here that we can go to. Question mark, and question mark. All of them so accurately labelled, let's just start with this one and work clockwise. Run, Lo, run! You've got to get there first, Lo, that's how you win. And what a thing to see, folks.
Fantastic! Look! More proof of alien life.
Do you think there's anyone, or anything, alive?
It seems someone had to have been here. Let's hope they're peaceful. Or gone.
Yep, I'd agree with Lo there. You either hope that they're friendly, or in fact dead. Let's first talk to Brink and Robbins, starting with Robbins.
Robbins.
Now, as somebody had said in the previous videos, you can actually click these multiple times until they actually change colour, and I was actually making the mistake in the first area of not clicking these enough.
You doing okay?
Oh, I'm fine. This is the greatest story of my life. The only trouble is, I have no way of telling it to anybody.
Now that one I've already actually heard, but now that's changed, there's nothing else to actually say there.
Toto, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
If only I had ruby slippers.
Yeah, I don't think you have ruby slippers. If we did, this problem would be much easier to solve.
Thanks.
Hello, Brink.
Brink.
Let's see what you have to say about the situation.
How are you doing, Brink?
You mean apart from being trapped on an alien planet with no idea of how to get back?
Yeah, apart from that. So I'm going to presume you're not doing that well.
Can you make any sense of what you see here?
A good archaeologist doesn't expect to make sense of things until he's been digging at a site for years.
We don't have years.
Maybe years are all we have.
That's a little ominous. I think he thinks we're never going to get out of here.
I hope you can figure some way out of this place. I don't think we'll be able to climb these walls.
In my years of studying rocks and ancient sites, I learned that sometimes the best way down is up, and sometimes the best way up is down.
Yeah, well, I hope that made sense to you, because it sure didn't make any sense to me.
I think Brink may have been reading ahead. Or at least read the title of the game, which is called The Dig. You don't tend to dig up that often, although sometimes it does happen. We could ask about Robbins.
Brink, how does Maggie seem to be holding up?
She seems to be fine, Commander.
I'm okay.
We all have to watch out for each other.
Yeah, I thought I'd just double check if we should actually click those buttons for now. Let's not click those buttons while we're in this general area.
Thanks.
Now let's have a look around. Actually, there's nothing to look at the moment here, probably apart from the actual spaceship. Now let's have Brink and Maggie follow us as we walk over here. Here is the wreck. We really need to have a look at this and see what we can determine. If anything.
It looks like some kind of alien ship.
Do you know what this means?
It means that there was in fact sentient life here. Keyword, at least, was. Now I suppose we've got to go in and see what we can find. Because who knows? Maybe they left alien food in there for us to eat. Alien food that will probably kill us. Well, worth a go.
Can you tell anything about what these people look like from the interior of their ship?
All this rust, corrosion. Perhaps animals have moved things around. Hard to know what we're looking at. Let me look. Try not to disturb anything.
Okay. You just get on with what you're doing. And we, meanwhile, will look at other things. Well, he's certainly having a good look. Let's talk to Robbins in the meanwhile.
Robbins.
Let's see, if something profound will help.
Toto, I don't think we're in Kansas.
We've heard this one.
If only I had ruby slippers.
Yep, we've heard that one. Let's actually not say anything here, because we said everything here, I think.
Thanks.
Found anything yet, Brink?
Brink. How are you doing, Brink?
You mean apart from being trapped on an alien planet with no idea of how to get back?
Yeah, I don't think we should actually ask any more questions at the moment in this area. They are just repeating.
Thanks.
However, there are things we can look at. Like this. Let's have a look.
A box? A trunk? A treasure chest?
It's probably the first two. I'm not entirely sure that it's actually the last.
Wonder what this wire used to connect to.
Well, it's definitely a wire, which means there must have been power here at some point. Let us look in this chest. There might be something useful.
Well, I don't see any treasure, but there is something in here.
Something that we have no idea of the purpose of, correct?
Some kind of device. I have no clue what it might be for.
To be fair, that's about as accurate as I'd be able to describe it, so let's take it.
When we get back, the engineers are going to have a field day trying to figure out how this worked.
They're gonna have a field day in general when you tell them what on earth you found. It's a circular device with a triangle in it. Well, I'm sure it'll be useful somewhere. I think the only other thing we can really do is use this wire, so why not? What's the worst that could happen?
We might need this wire later. I'm going to see if I can pull it down.
First, shouldn't you turn the power off with the breaker box?
What?
That was a joke, Lo.
Oh, yeah. Huh. Stand back in case something comes down on our heads.
Look at it. It's beautiful.
Changing shapes, mathematical progressions of ever more complex polyhedrons.
Next time I suggest pulling a wire.
No, I'm glad you did. What could that have been?
Not a random electrical discharge.
Maybe it's a kind of computer display. Maybe to the aliens who piloted this ship it conveyed some meaningful information. But to me, it means absolutely nothing.
Well, what it does mean is that we have an engraved rod as well as a wire. We might as well grab it. I'm sure that,
It still might be useful.
it might. I'm sure that thing we saw has no other meaning whatsoever, Lo. Just ignore it, it'll be fine.
Did any of you see? Was this here before that thing appeared?
Of course it was. Do you think an electrical field can carry a solid object?
Well, the first presumption there, Brink, is that that was in fact an electrical current. It might not have been.
It's a rod. Engraved. 5 geometric shapes.
Geometric shape seems to be something that is, important and significant so far. I mean, the inside of the, asteroid had this, geometric shape. That's a geometric shape. There's a geometric shape in the orb. The wire could be turned into a geometric shape if you curled it in particular angles, but, yeah, that was weird.
Robbins,
Ah, we can ask about it. Let's ask about it.
do you think it was trying to get one of us hurt?
I don't know, but apparition seems like a good word for it.
That is not the question that, Lo was actually asking there in the, subtitles. Would seem like that's a little, error there.
Thanks.
Well, let's talk to Brink.
Brink.
Brink, no doubt, is going to have a very accurate, answer to this.
What was that apparition?
Ah, so much to learn and not a single piece of instrumentation.
So we've no idea then.
Thanks.
Well, I'm sure we won't see that ever again. Let's go. Let us actually just head out of this wreck. There's really not much we can learn here. We're just gonna have to head out into the vast expanse of nothing beyond and see if we can go to one of the other locations. I'm sure wherever we go, it'll be fine. Also, Lo seems to move much faster than everyone else. So, let's run over here! They'll catch up eventually.
Not just plants, but creatures too. I'm not an archaeologist, but these look like bones to me.
But they are not lying where the animal died. They were placed here. Markers.
A grave?
Best guess.
And now a home for those rat-like things.
Tusks. That doesn't really say very much about what these creatures that are buried here are, or were, rather. But we'll have a look at them. Why not?
It's some kind of burial site.
We can't look at the rat thing, but we can look at the grave.
It looks like something is buried here.
Well, I suppose there's only one thing we can do if we want to find out what was buried here.
Robbins.
We can ask about the strange lights again, but I'm not sure if the question is going to have the, well, if it's going to be a different question.
Do you think it was trying to get one
Nope,
of us hurt?
not,
I don't know, but apparition seems like a good word for it.
yep. Not a different statement whatsoever. We could say something profound, but I imagine that's going to be the same piece of dialogue. We could try.
I've never felt anything like that. It was as if I were inside a magnet. I'm still tingling.
Could it... Do you think it could have been alive?
Who knows what life really is? But it sure was an organic life.
Well, not organic life that you know. They can get out and in pretty much everywhere. If only we knew what they knew about how to get out and where food was, we'd be able to survive quite well here. Possibly. Possibly. We could ask a question? Let's not ask a question right now. Actually, let's try and ask one question. We'll try one more time, folks.
Do you think we just set off an alarm?
Right now, I'd be glad to see some spaceport police come and arrest us.
Yeah, I'd be glad too. As long as it's not Space Quest Police. That would be pretty bad.
Thanks.
Actually, we do have a few new things to talk about apparently, so let's talk to Brink.
Brink,
First, we'll ask a question.
do you think that was an attempt to communicate with us?
Was your pulling the wire an attempt to communicate with them? Did it ever occur to you that maybe if they wanted to communicate with us, they'd just come up and talk?
Yeah, they might be about as scared as we'd be of them as they are perhaps of us, Brink. Have you considered that?
I don't know if I set that off by pulling the wire or if it was just coincidence.
Just keep pulling everything you see and we'll find out, Lo.
Was that a dig at the fact that we aren't being careful? I think that might have been a dig. Get it? Dig? The dig? Ha ha ha! Oh, well, there's nothing in this actual area apart from these graves. They might as well come up with some kind of joke.
Thanks.
We're gonna have to dig up that grave. And that's why we have the shovel. I think it's over to you, Brink. Or one of us.
What? Are you just going to dig right in? With a shovel? You will destroy the site.
I'm not doing archaeology right now, Brink. I'm looking for something to help get us home.
Your name will live forever. As the bone-headed space hero who destroyed precious data at the first alien archaeological site.
That's better than having my name live forever. As a commander of an expedition that disappeared and was never heard from again. Now get out of the way if you aren't gonna help, Brink. This might take a while.
It might. He's not gonna help, is he? No one's gonna help. Sometime later.
What a fine accomplishment, Commander. Now we have a pile of meaningless dirt and bones.
Maybe not. You never know when an alien bone will prove useful.
That is true. We have bones. We have a jawbone. Now that is something significant. Hopefully. Let's have a look.
Whatever creature these bones used to be, I don't think we've got anything like it on Earth.
Most likely not.
What do you think? Was this the skull of a sentient being? Or a pet? Or a beast of burden?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's dead.
It's a strange-shaped jawbone. The teeth still look strong.
Well, indeed, Robbins is right. The creature is in fact dead. Let's have a look at these bones, shall we, before we pick any of them up? You have to be over there to look at them, Lo?
Whatever creature these bones used to be, I don't think we've got anything like it on Earth.
Well, let's grab one.
Whatever creature these bones used to be, I don't think we've got anything like it on Earth.
We don't... Oh, we could look at these tusks, though. We could grab one of these tusks. So we can't grab one of the bones, but the tusks, yes.
They appear to be some sort of tusks.
Well, let's grab one.
This is light, but it feels as strong as steel.
Also, where are you actually storing that?
Robbins,
Oh, we have new things to talk about.
do you think we just set off an alarm?
Right now, I'd be glad to see some spaceport police come and arrest us.
No, I don't think we actually have anything new to talk about there, but now that we've actually grabbed the bones, maybe we could say something profound that's different.
I've never felt anything like that.
Nope,
It was as if I were inside a magnet.
nothing different.
I'm still tingling.
Could it... Do you think it could have been alive?
Who knows what life really is? But it sure was an organic life.
I'm pretty sure the things in the grave actually probably were organic life.
Thanks.
And I think so far all we've managed to achieve with Brink is to annoy him. So let's leave quickly before he gets even more annoyed now that we've grabbed stuff. And let's run over to the final question mark over here. Run!
Do you think we could climb this slope?
No use. It doesn't go up all the way to the top.
The engravings on this wall, are they writing or decoration?
You're asking us?
Well, I was right about the fact that you can't climb all the way up. So what is actually here? There is... not very much. At all. Well, might as well ask some questions.
Robbins.
Maybe we could say something different that's profound? Actually, if we're gonna do
Never
that...
mind.
If we're gonna do that, we might as well talk to Brink.
Brink.
Let's see what's happening.
I don't know if I set that off by pulling the wire or if it was just coincidence.
Just keep pulling everything you see and we'll find out, Lo.
So, nothing different there.
Thanks.
Let's see if we can do something here. Let's just keep walking. Or not. There appears to be absolutely nothing here. Literally nothing. Well, let's see what we can do. We have this weird device. We have this jawbone and this tusk. The only logical thing here would be just to start using this. If it's possible to use it. How on earth would you go about using it, though? That is probably the thing. How do you use it? We could try using it on... We could show it to Brink. Oh, we could show items to people. I didn't know you could do that.
I can't determine what it's made from.
I didn't know you could do that.
I don't know how we could have missed that when we first walked in. It's beautiful.
Well, let's show them everything. Would you like to see a shovel, Brink?
Such a primitive archaeology tool.
I think the answer there is no. But maybe Robbins wants to see it.
No thanks. You can do the digging.
I wasn't asking you to do the digging. What about the jawbone?
A portion of skull from an alien creature.
Okay,
The teeth are very sharp.
I'm gonna remember that. I'm gonna remember how sharp those teeth are. What about the tusk?
Enough to make any ivory poacher envious.
And what about you?
It looks like a huge elephant tusk, but the tip is sharp.
I'll remember that it's sharp. I'm sure that's most certainly been mentioned for a particular reason. What about the wire of destiny here?
It's certainly strong and pliant.
That's good.
I think it will come in handy. I'll let you carry it, though.
We're gonna carry everything, aren't we? Lo is gonna carry every single item. What? Oh.
It seems to be pointing at this mound.
Really? It does something? Well, I think that's a good enough time as any to finish on the video. We've discovered that points at something. Maybe it's some kind of weird alien compass. It points to alien north, which is actually more northwest than north. Actually, I have no idea what alien north is. It's probably the same as ours if it's magnetic. And they're on Earth. But this isn't Earth. So who knows? Maybe that is alien north. So, when we come back, folks, we're going to examine this small mound here. I'm sure nothing wrong can happen at all, or bad, or anything like that. I mean, after all, we're only poking around on an alien planet that we have no idea of its structure, the purpose of where we are, what's in the air. Well, we sort of know what's in the air, but we don't know of alien particles and the like that are in the air, or what's in the ground. So basically, we are literally buying time by not doing anything until something terrible happens. Because I know these science fiction games, when they're poking around on alien planets, it's just an ETA before something terrible happens. I just hope it's not too terrible. So, I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later.